It's the reason associate doctors leave and how to get them to stay. Well, one of the worst things that can happen is you bring somebody in, you teach them how to be productive, right? You teach them how to keep patients, get patients, all that stuff, right? And you haven't made your money back yet, and they leave. That's worthless. That is not something you want to get involved with. You want to make X amount of money back from an associate that you train, and basically you're training them how to be successful, okay? Now, believe it or not, there's actually management groups that say don't teach your associate anything. Keep them in the dark. The longer they're in the dark, the longer they'll stay. Well, to me, that's offensive. I'm about helping people, but I'm also not about bending over and letting them take everything from me. Okay, so let's go into these concepts. So 7 reasons associate doctors leave and how to get them to stay. So people tend to go where they think it's better and move away from what they think it's not good. That's the bottom line. That's human nature. What's painful, we move away from. What's more pleasurable, we move to. Okay. So if you know those concepts, how do you get somebody to stay? You make it more beneficial for them to stay than to leave. In other words, now it's not as good to leave as it is to stay. That's the very basic concept. Now, that does not always mean money. There's several reasons why people do what they do. Money's one of them. But growth, enhancement, knowledge, ability, skill, and all these other areas, they become important. So the key to getting your associate doctors to stay is to teach them the 7 major reasons for staying are better than going. So some circumstances you will not be able to control. They want to move back to be around family. You won't be able to control that. And that happens all the time. The doctor comes with you. There's no emotional connection because you didn't pay attention to this. So there's no emotional connection for the doctor, the wife, nothing. And then, she gets pregnant, has the first kid, and where does she want to go? Back home around mom. Happens all the time. Death or major health issue in the family. That happens. There's a death in the family and they got to get back to help the family. You can't control that. And you're not going to overcome a wife having a baby wanting to go back to be around mom. You're not going to overcome that in any form or fashion. Okay. And in my opinion, you shouldn't. I think it's great when family members can take care of family members. I think that's the way it should be. So the 7 major reasons associate doctors will stay or go and how to get them to stay. So